Mm. Hello goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes, and it's an episode of this week's Pipes. A little late, a little later than usually scheduled. Normally I do these things on a Friday, but lots going on. And I had to wait really till Sunday for the main event. Today was the UK Pipe Show. And although I didn't go with a table today, I still showed my face. I didn't have a table because I'm going to the Las Vegas show, and I literally can't afford to sell pipes. They're all going for the Vegas table. It's just the way it is. But it was a good chance to catch up with pipe makers, pipe smokers. Met some chaps that, that like to say that they enjoy watching these videos, and that's really nice. Getting that first hand, it's you. It's like, yeah, it's my little pipe YouTube channel. So, the other thing was to collect the pipes from the Four Horsemen for our new box set. So that's going to be the main event. I'll show you in a little bit. What else have I done this week? I don't know if you remember, but last week, was it last week? I think it was last week. I said that I had an acorn stummel, that I'd had a bit of a flaw in the chamber. So it was going to become a shop pipe. So here it is. My new acorn. Little black sandblast. Kind of gnarly. Plateau rim. And a new resin. It's black and white, but it's like a black and white marble. I think we're going to name it something along those lines. Haven't decided what yet. So it's kind of amazing not to be smoking a beaten up old acorn. I haven't thrown it away, it's still here. Just having a well-earned rest. For the first time in who knows how long. So now this youngster will be taking up the slack, which is nice. But I'll smoke the other one from time to time. The main upgrade for me here, believe it or not, is this one. Has this crappy old. This is when I still used to carve it stems out of ebonite, and as you can see, it's pretty grim. I really should have taken the time to do something about it, because it's, well, let's say no more. But having this lovely clean new resin stem, it's a treat. I really haven't treated myself with a new pipe in way too long. Way too long. I can't remember. Okay, no, that's slightly wrong. I got a new pipe at the UK Pipe Smoking Championship in May. So I did have a new one. So maybe that's not quite so accurate. But I don't smoke that very much. It's a really great pipe. But my working pipe has to be really light. And that's not quite as light. It's still a refined shape, but it's a straight, which isn't quite so easy to clench. Because of the little bend in this one, it's a bit more easy. Anyway, I've been smoking and will continue for at least a week to break it in with the only tobacco to break a pipe in, Tilbury. Well, for me anyway. Breaking pipes in, well, interesting subject. If your pipe has a bowl coat, you don't need to break it in. So my pipes don't really need breaking in. So I do a carbon bowl coat. But it's still nice to build up a cake. And for those you need tobaccos high in sugar content. So that really is Virginia's. Although obviously aromatics are high in sugar content, but it can be a bit leave a gloopy residue, and you don't really want that because you need the sugars to burn and crystallise to form that cake. So Virginia's really are the best for building cake anyway. I mean, English blends will still do it. In fact, you know, a lot of English blends are still really high in Virginia as a component, and might just have a condimental amount of latakia in. But still, you know, choices. All right. So the only other pipe that I've made this week that wasn't the 4 Horsemen box set was this little fellow. It is a cultist pipe, specifically Brothers of the Yellow Sign. Quite an involved piece. You can see the face swathed in folds of fabric-like folds, and then of course a gilded crown. And a yellow Cumberland stem. A really cool pipe to make. Pretty cool pipe to smoke. That's part of a 2-pipe set. The other pipe I'll be making for it next week. I'll show you that next time. But here we go. From the boys, Chris Asquith, Ian Walker, and Mike, we have new 4 Horsemen box set, Longshanks. I did quite a few versions of that logo, Longshanks, before settling on that one. Some of them were a bit crazy. Right, so this is such a cool box set. This one is Chris Asquith. A Longshank slender poker in a frankly gorgeous piece of olive wood. it's just figured so wonderfully. It has Asquith's super crisp transition. And a piece of coloured Cumberland. I'm not sure what the source of that is, but Chris is a colourful guy. Let's see how long that guy is. I didn't know how long mine is, if you'll pardon the... That is just shy of 20 centimetres. About 7.5 inches. Oh, yeah, and a sandblast finish on this piece of olive wood, which is kind of unusual. Not necessarily unusual for Chris, but quite often you see olive wood just polished. It's a really intriguing piece. Look at the grain just stretching down the shank. That is cool. That's a beautiful pipe. Who next? Let's do Ian. Longshank Bulldog. That is neat. I'm just taken with the rim on that. Everything else is just so like crisp, so like well defined, so like perfectly English, and then bang, slams a plateau rim on the top just to mix it up. That's really cool. That's a load of stamps on there. Silver band at the end. Beautiful sandblast. And this kind of rich orange brown. Let's see. From the width of the band on the Bulldog, 7.5. Lovely. Simple black stem. You're going to go back into your... Then mine. It's the right way up. I thought it would be really funny to put a long shank on a pipe that ordinarily has quite a short shank, and that is Prince. So that's what I did. In fact, I kind of did a, I suppose you would call it a Canadian treatment on the prints. The Canadian format of the billiard is a long shank with a short stem. And so I didn't do a very short stem, slightly shorter than normal. Normally on a print, my proportions would be like the shank would nearly be like here, like shorter than most. And so obviously I kind of get nuts on it. And I did my new black and white marble resin for the stem. Just did a slender saddle stem for it. It seemed the way, just to take the weight out of the end. Didn't want to taper stem just there. Black sandblast. Some nice touches of ring grain on the bowl. A long-shanked prince. Let's see. Just over 7.5. I think mine's the longest. Actually, no. I don't think. Now, if memory serves, that was Chris's. So finally, Mike Billington. Of Blakemar Briars. This is Mike's strawberry, he tells me. Now I looked at this and I went, what? Could you guess straight? You couldn't convincingly get a straight drill bit down the bottom, not of any diameter. But I happen to know, so he told me, so this has a briar, I was going to say briar extension. Oh, the world we find ourselves in. Let me see if I can find it. Wolf was looking for it earlier, and he couldn't see it. And I can't see it neither. No, every time I think I can, it's gone. Okay, but it is. So it's a spliced shank at some point here, after the stamp. But it's just looks like maybe just a light brown stain. I should have asked him. Smooth bowl. Rusticated stem. Shank, I should say. And pearl white stem. Bit of a beast of a pipe. And this one is Yeah, that's convincingly 8 inches. So Mike's the biggest. We knew that. Look at the beast. He's getting on for being a church warden. Well, I suppose in some senses they all are. If you think of it, 6.5 is probably about the maximum length of a standard pipe. At least 6.5 is my standard pipe length. So anything more than that, and you're heading into church warden territory, mini warden territory. If a church warden is typically 12 inches, I think it's something like that. So that's the Four Horsemen Longshanks box set. If that tickles your fancy, write me an email at devilsreef@gmail.com, or if you want to book a commission, email me at devilsreef@gmail.com. It's still about 8 months for a commission date at the moment. That's how it is. It's not bad. It's not too bad. In pipe making terms, 8 months is like hardly anything. Or you can contact me on Instagram at eldritch.pipes or Facebook, if you can find me there. So there you go. That's this week's pipes. Next week, the boys back to school. Everything goes back to normal. I should say that myself and Yeti, that's Micah in the States, Yeti Pipes, launched our new resin lineup, and things are going gangbusters. That's really cool. If you're a pipe maker and you're in the US and you want to grab hold of some of the colours you've seen Yeti using, they have my resin, but it's a bit of a pain if you have to order from me direct. You can now order from Yeti. He's in the US. Shipping will be so much cheaper for you. Order from Yeti. We'll be expanding the line as fast as we can. Unfortunately, we started with 4 colours and 2 of the colours sold out in one day. So I'm like head down trying to restock Yeti with those as fast as we can and bring out a new colour. See what happens. But if you're interested, I forget the name of his online pipe shop. I'm sure you can Google it. If I can remember what it is, I'll put it in this episode's show details. All right. That's it from me. I think that's the lot. Yes, I've wrapped it all up. Yeah. So I should be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, take it very easy. A loyal pipe maker.